auto show tickets for you later on as well. Hey, Tyler, hello.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's going on, Tyler?
Hey, I'm actually semi-new to Ohio. I haven't been here long and gravitated to y'all's radio show, but I had something to say about the comments you guys were making about the whole family dynamic thing.
Where are you from, Tyler?
I'm originally from West Virginia.
Okay. And you're new to Ohio.
I am.
Yeah. Okay, what's up?
So, I know you guys were talking about, the relationships between your families. So, I had known my mom till I was about 18. My mom and I now do not have a relationship anymore. It got down to she would tell everybody I was her nephew and refused to acknowledge that I was her son.
What, do you have any siblings?
So, I actually have a biological little sister who I haven't seen since I was 12.
How old are you now, Tyler?
I'm 30.
30. And why did your mom say that you were her nephew?
I never figured out why. I can never get a straight answer out of her. Thankfully, though, after I stopped talking to my mother, my father contacted me and explained what really happened between him and my mom and me and my sister and why we had to go through what we went through. And then it all started making sense. My mom was just nuts.
Oh, so it wasn't like she was a young mom and she was still out there trying to get it and didn't want to admit she had a kid or anything like that?
No. My mom is in her about mid-40s now, but I think my dad and her had me fresh out of high school.
I was going to say, if you're 30 and she's in her mid-40s, that's the very beginning of high school. That's a young
West
mom.
Virginia.
Huh?
West Virginia. Gotta keep that.
Yeah, she's a spinster, but yeah. So is there so you're not on the run from your mom or anything?
Oh, no, I know exactly where she lives. The last conversation I had with her, it was, you keep telling on your nephew. I can't acknowledge you as my mother at this point. Just believe me is dead because I want nothing more to do with you. And I haven't spoken to her since.
How long ago was that?
I was 18, so about 12 years ago.
Oh, wow, 18, yeah. All right. But you talked to your dad?
Oh, my dad and I talk all the time. My new wife, I took her down there last July for a little family get-together, and she got to hang out with him and meet him, so she loved it down there.
I assume your dad and mom are not together any longer.
No. My dad's got a steady girlfriend. My mom is remarried with 3 new kids.
Oh, really? All right. Well, better off, right? I mean, it didn't sound like you were trying to salvage much.
No. She made it very clear early on that she couldn't acknowledge me. And
she never said why? She never said why.
No, I never got a reason out of her. At that point, I was so angry that I didn't really want a reason out of her, and it just was better off just talking to my dad and trying to get something out of him. And at the end of the day, he couldn't figure it out, but he just let it go. It just wasn't worth trying to.
How old were you? So when you were a little kid, your mom was referring to you as her nephew to people?
No, so about 2, me and my sister were sent into foster care because my dad worked 3 jobs to try to support us, but my mom slept around and got around town quite a bit and refused to take care of us.
I see. Okay. So the nephew thing aside, she was not mom of the year.
No, God, no.
Yeah, right. All right, well, good riddance, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm much better off now.
Yeah, good for you. Okay, thanks, Tyler. Welcome to Ohio.
That's a tough situation. It sounds like
thanks, guys.
He handled it pretty well, all things considered.
Right.
Because,
That's
not really either of our situations that we were talking about, but it's just...
But
your mom's never referred to you as her nephew?
Families are messed up,
Families
man.
are messed up, and that's the thing. And that's also why I'm a big proponent of family is, it doesn't have to be blood. That's why someone like grandma is super important to me because she fulfills a role that I never had from any actual family member. So that's why that's important to me. My kids are not my biological children, but they are very much my kids, and they're very and I'm their dad to the point where they rely on me for a lot of things, in a lot of different ways because that's what you're looking for in those situations, people that you can, get along with, and rely on.
For LGBTQ people, they...
Did you say LGBTQ?
Cute.
Ooh, they
One
should
way to
add
go,
that,
eh?
though.
Yeah.
That's good.
LGBT.
Why not LGBT cute?
Yeah,
that should be the
pretty
name
good.
of like a monthly publication or something.
But I don't know.
Dating app.
I don't know if they started their chosen family, but like that has been
It's a whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, like this is the family that I choose. This is my family because I call it a family. Like drag moms didn't necessarily come from the gay clubs. It came from literally you were kicked out of your biological mom's house and you lived with a drag queen or you lived with a transgender. Like, and so you have this family because they know what it's like to be kicked out and left on your own. So
And how to help the other people overcome those things and what they need to do to, move on.
I just don't. That was not my experience, and I feel for those people who I couldn't imagine. Just there's like a switch that turns off. Like, Mom, I'm gay. Okay, well then I don't love you anymore. Get out of my house. Like I know it happens more often than we might think, but I that's just not my experience. I can't fathom that. I feel so sorry for those people.
Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you want to drop a message there, you can. It's at 216-986-8903.
This message is for Mary. Mary, I just wanted to let you know that your post today really hit home with me. And you have
What was your post today?
I posted about how it's been 10 years in comedy, but about how my dad never approved of the fact that I did stand-up comedy. And it was always a point of contention between us. And
Would you say it was a bone of contention?
Sure. But how he would always tell me to quit. When are you going to get a real job? When are you going to give this crap up? Blah, blah. You're not doing anything. You're ruining your life, that kind of stuff. And he would always ask me, how long are you going to do this? How long are you going to waste your time? And I always told him 10 years. I said, if nothing happens by the time I've been doing comedy 10 years, I will give up. I will get a real job.
What's your new job going to be?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I was crying all morning because I was so overwhelmed that it was like, I posted this big, long, sappy thing on social media about how, like, it's been 10 years today and things are happening. Like, I'm paying my bills with comedy and creativity and the radio show. And, like, I had a great album and I'm touring all over the country. And, like, it's finally the things that I promised him were going to happen within 10 years are happening. And he's not here to see it, you know?
If you weren't on this show, would you still think that things were happening? Like, take the show out of it.
Well, no, because the show was a major component in things happening
Promoting
for
yourself?
me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the platform that Alan gave me to reach people is a huge reason why things started to move along like they did, you know? But yeah, it was a very long, sappy post about how I finally hit that 10-year mark that I always told him I would make it to.
Your post today really hit home with me. And you have saved my 17-year-old daughter a life of misery. She is going to be going to college in the fall. She's already been accepted, and she wants to be a middle school teacher. Every time she says that to me, I cringe, and I say, for 4 years of college, you could do something better. And every time I say that to her, I see her be just a little more deflated. And your post really got through to me because it tells me that she needs my support no matter what she wants to do. And she even wants to go to college. It's just, I'm telling her, a teacher, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to be happy. Who am I to say that? And why would I discourage her from following her dreams? Thank you, Mary. This is Melanie.
Oh, hi, Melanie.
From Ashland.
Yeah, well, there you go. You changed her mind, right? Really got through to her.
There's a higher ceiling if you're going for comedy. Like, yeah, you could fail, but you could eventually be a super famous middle school teacher. Come on.
Right.
That's like, well, we can make $30,000 a year.
If that.
But yeah, but it's
Let's get in this kid's
More than I
head.
make.
But
All
also,
right,
but also nobody's
yeah, that's
getting
what you
into-
make now, but you have the potential. There's no potential of selling out arenas.
But if she wants, if that's something that fulfills her and she wants to help change
and nobody's
children's
going,
lives.
no one
Fulfilled.
goes into. There are people, Mary Santora. There are people who get into creative things because they go, I want to be rich and famous,
And
right?
I will in
No
2
one
months.
goes into teaching for the money.
Right.
So it's always funny to me when people are like, You want to mold children's minds? What?
How dare
Loser.
you be a positive influence on today's
Well,
youth.
anyway, you changed
what
her
about
mind.
the money?
That's right. What
That's
about
great.
the money?
I mean,
That's
I don't think-
great.
You got some things for your 10th anniversary?
Sure.
Okay.
So I thought it could be fun to play a little game, and we're going to. This is a which has lasted longer. Okay, Mary's comedy career, and then I'll give you a thing, and you have to tell me if it has lasted longer than my comedy career.
Has it lasted longer?
Did it last longer than my comedy
Did it
career?
last
These are things in the past.
more or less than 10 years?
Right.
Right.
So what lasted longer, blank or Mary's comedy career?
Yep.
Okay, and we can go around the room. Okay. Bill, you can go first, and then Cody, and then Alan. What lasted longer, Mary's comedy career or the original run of Scrubs?
Mary's comedy career.
Cody?
Were there 2 runs of Scrubs?
Yeah, because it
Yes.
got picked up by another network.
Oh, it did.
Yes.
Oh, the original run on ABC. The original run of Scrubs.
I'm gonna say your comedy.
That's what I will say too.
Yes. It only original run of Scrubs only lasted 8 years.
I didn't think it lasted that long. I never
That
watched
was a good
Scrubs.
show. Scrubs
All
was a
right.
good show.
Okay, which lasted longer, Mary's comedy career or the Ford Pinto? The production of the Ford Pinto.
Bill again?
Oh, Ford. I'm gonna go Ford Pinto.
I'm going to say Ford Pinto as well.
No, but I don't. Think
We had a Pinto when I was a
but
kid.
I don't think they were around for that long. I think there was like. I'm gonna actually go with Mary's career.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Pinto.
Cody, do you know what a Pinto is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
It's a
career.
bean or a horse.
My career lasted longer than the Ford Pinto. It was only from 1971 to 1980.
Oh, you
9
guys
years.
were correct and I was wrong. All right.
What lasted longer, Mary's comedy career or Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman's marriage?
Oh, your career, your comedy career. They weren't married for 10 years.
They got
right?
together in 1990 on Days of Thunder. I'm gonna go Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Why do you? Was that like a?
I don't
just
know
a
why.
fact that you know?
I don't know why I know the things that I know, but the things
He was
that I
cold
know, I
trickle.
feel like I think I'm onto something.
Well,
here.
since he's so sure, I'm gonna hop on Bill's
I'm not sure.
bandwagon.
Like I don't know if they got married that soon, but I think
I
they
don't
were
care.
together for more than 10 years because the jumping on the couch thing was like 2000.
Well, that was Katie Holmes.
Katie
yeah,
Holmes.
but that was Katie Holmes. But I'm saying like he got with Katie Holmes not that long after he split up with Nicole Kidman.
So you're saying their marriage lasted longer than Mary's comedy career.
Yes.
That is true. They lasted 11 years, 1990
Oh,
to
just under the
2001.
wire. Wow.
When he was like, they got together in 1990, I was like, did you see my list of things?
No, I just know that Days of
He was a big Cole Trickle
You know why
fan.
I was thinking about the movie Days of Thunder because
I've never heard of that, no.
Well, I was hanging out with our buddy Josh the other day watching the Daytona 500, and I brought up like everything I know about racing is from that movie,
There you
and he's
go.
like, "Oh, the greatest movie of all time," so, like, which
All
is a
right.
good movie if you haven't seen it.
What lasted longer? Josta Soda?
Mary's comedy
Mary's
career.
comedy career.
Mary's comedy career lasted longer than
that was a good one.
Josta
That one was
Soda.
only 4 years.
Sadly, that is
95.
true. Sadly, Josta was dynamite.
My friend's older brother was on like the promo crew for them, so
Yeah.
like he'd drive around in the
95 to
truck like
99,
handing
that
out for
was it.
free. Like they hand out free like warm Josta.
I got it at the Berea Pool
Yeah,
one day.
that
They gave
is
out like
probably my-
T-shirts and
That's probably
free
Noah,
warm
yeah.
Josta.
Yep,
Do you know what Josta is, Cody?
that's when everybody wanted to know what taurine was.
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah.
It was like the original energy drink soda.
Oh, I've heard
It
of
was
it.
like
I've never
black
seen it.
cherry soda.
Well, I think Jolt had twice the caffeine,
Yeah.
but Josta was the first one where they were like, we put chemicals no one's ever heard of in
Right,
this.
right, yeah.
Right.
And they would like, I remember having it in like, I was like 6 or 7. Okay. What lasted longer?
6 or 7.
1995, yeah, dude.
Yeah, so she was late to the party.
Yeah. They started me with Dr. Pepper in my baby bottle, and then they graduated to Josta.
Okay, 2 more. What lasted longer? Jim Tomey's career with the Indians?
You mean White Sox legend Jim
Whites?
Tomey?
Yes. Or Mary's comedy career?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Didn't he have a couple of different runs?
His
Well,
original run.
his original run.
Yes.
I'm going to say Mary's comedy career.
I'm gonna say, is this a trick question?
Answer the question, Bill.
Well, but what if it's the same amount?
It's not the same amount.
Okay, I'm gonna say Jim Tomey, original run with the Indians.
Lasted longer than my career?
Yes.
You are correct. 1991 to 2002.
Wow, 11 years, the Indians. And he still went back to Chicago. Imagine that.
And then came back to the Indians and retired as an Indian.
Man,
and then went back to Chicago to live and work for the White Sox organization.
Oh, yeah,
so weird. So strange.
Okay, I'll give you guys a choose your own adventure. Do you want one about TV, music, or local Cleveland?
How about we each get one?
Oh, okay. Which one do you want?
I'll take TV.
TV. What lasts longer, Mary's comedy career or Simon Cowell being a judge on American Idol?
Stupid show. You picked the one show that I don't watch.
The one show.
I'm trying to think of the year that he left. Because that started in what, 2002? I'm going to say Mary's comedy career.
Correct. He was on there for 8 years, 2002 to 2010.
Yeah.
Cody, do you want music or Cleveland? I want to give you music because I know Alan will know the music one.
Yes, music.
Okay, what lasted longer, Mary's comedy career or the Beatles as a band?
Oh, damn. Your comedy career.
Yes, the Beatles were only a band for 8 years. I didn't know that. That was
very
really
prolific. Me. Yes.
All right.
You didn't watch the Get Back documentary.
My boyfriend did. I fell asleep. All right, Alan, last one. What lasted longer?
I'm getting local Cleveland?
Yes.
I've only lived here 12 years. How can I be expected to know
That's
these
longer
things?
than Mary's career.
Mary's comedy career or the Quicken Loans Arena. The Q.
The building or the name?
The name, the Q. Naming rights to Quicken Loans Arena.
Oh.
How long was it the Q? Was it longer than 10 years is what we're asking? Which lasted longer?
Oh, well, it was the Gund before, correct?
It was
Yes.
the Coliseum.
I'm going to say...
No, the Coliseum was a different building.
Oh, never mind.
By a skosh, I'm going to say the Q was longer.
The Q was longer. It was actually 14 years.
Oh, okay.
2005 to 2019.
I was going to say it's been the queue for that long.
It was. I was surprised that it was 14
I didn't
years
know it was
too.
that long.
That's the year that Dan Gilbert bought the team and he changed it immediately.
I know we have to go to a break, but 2 other things that my career has lasted longer than is any relationship, personal, professional, or academic that I have had.
Yeah.
And the Confederacy. So why don't you guys go ahead
Hey, the
and
Confederacy.
support me like you support that.
There you go.
Like almost twice as long as the Confederacy, right?
Yeah, that
was
wasn't
only
very long at all.
4 years or
Oh,
something.
my God. Well, for all of us here at the How Long is Mary
That's fun.
Santora's comedy
Sounds silly, yeah.
career game gone, thank you for listening. We'll take a break. For Alan Cox, Bill Squire, Mary Santora, and Cody Poundcake Brown, good night, everybody!